Dave McAndrews. I did want to get with you before we get too deep into the proposal process and all of that sort of thing. I wanted you to have a good idea of understanding why marketing. Because you see, many business owners hesitate to invest in marketing, not because they're against it, but because they've already achieved success through direct one-on-one relationship building. For smaller companies, this often happens directly with the owner. With slightly larger companies, they rely on a sales team that forge connections. And this forging of connections and having the relationships with that group of customers is critical to the growth of an organization. However, as businesses grow, they encounter a critical shift. The prospective customer base that you're going after now expect to see the evidence of your legitimacy before direct contact. So this is one of the big things. If you are neutral, you are actually negative. If your online presence, if your ability to show what you can do on social media, on the website, on reviews, on different platforms, if you are limited by that, you are actually being pulled back because they are looking to those places first. And this is the first pillar, if you will, of marketing's critical role in moving forward. So next, we have the function of building customer trust. Trust is everything. The first step in the journey, can I trust you? And marketing ensures that this question will be answered the way that you want it to. Because legitimacy starts online. A well-designed website that shows that you are a legitimate business. It makes your products and services clear and accessible. It allows potential customers to understand your value from the start, as opposed to just jumping into the unknown. And what's crazy is we're finding that up to 70% of the communication with a potential customer happens before the first contact, before your salespeople or you as an individual are picking up the phone and connecting with the person. Because, to be honest, the phone's not working the same way that it used to. It is harder to get in contact, that first contact over the phone, because they're looking at a number that they don't know and they are not answering. So it is incumbent on you to jump over that first hurdle, to provide them information, that 70% of information that they're going to seek to find out, are you a legitimate company? Are they someone that I want to do business with? Can I trust you? Because everything that you've done to this point had some of that trust or that foundation of trust built in from the beginning. Now you're talking about a situation where that foundation of trust has to be built, and it's starting from scratch and it's starting online without you. So that is the number one thing that we need to do, because it is an exercise in trust. Next up, we have the next pillar is the effectiveness on sales. Marketing isn't just about creating leads. It significantly impacts how well your sales team performs. While many businesses assume that a salesperson's job is to communicate value, in reality, marketing can lay the groundwork in ensuring that a customer's expectations are in line with what the salesperson is communicating, and ultimately with what you are going to deliver to them. That is a key element. You have to have your website, your sales pitch, your marketing message in line all the way across the board in order to get maximum value, to get that next level of trust that you need in order to have a customer relationship with a customer. That's really what you need. Now, the third element is aligning your staff. So the bigger your company gets, the more people you will have either directly engage with customers and not knowing the greater picture, the broader picture of what you're trying to do as a company, or completely detached from customers, and you have a gap between the value that you deliver as a company and different people within the organization. And marketing has to fill a role in helping to communicate to the entire company what it is that you are about, what the values of the company are, and ultimately what is expected of them in the delivery of that value to your customer. Finding ways to do that consistently and clearly throughout your organization is a key aspect of a good marketing program. It allows you to standardize across regions, across roles, in order to get everybody singing off. So you need to have really three things, and the three things that you get out of a good marketing program. Number one, it expands to delivery and service and setting expectation. It impacts all operation, front and back office included. It shapes customer perspectives, sales support, and aligned staff for sustained success. So marketing isn't just an external effort, it's an internal alignment tool that impacts trust within your organization and with your customers, and creates cohesive unit, setting the foundation for sustained growth and success. That's what you're trying to build with a successful marketing company. Now, where does Goalpost fit in? We help you do all of these things, from web development to content creation to sales development, marketing materials, in order to get everything to align the way that you need them to align. And really, we have 6 core concepts that we get into. One is aligning your company as a teaching organization, because ever since Google came to be, everything in our marketing has started to align with the answering of questions. And when you align yourself as a teaching organization, those are going to be serving your customers in a way to get them to understand exactly what it is that you do and why your products, your services are the right answer for them. The next is really developing that authenticity. You already have great people, you already have great services. You want that authenticity to shine through. And by showing that you are an authentic company with good people behind it, that is elevating the level of trust, because ultimately people want to do business with other people. Next, we don't want them to burn too many calories. And I'll show you an example of that in just a minute. Next, we want to always find the controlling idea and make the communication that we do very simple. We want to develop the customer as the hero, and we'll show that in just a second. And then we want to run the engagement cycle, which is that ability to deepen relationships with customers in alignment with your team. So first, that teaching organization, we already went over the authenticity of the importance of that. People, showing that customers get to do business with good people, because that's what everybody ultimately wants, is to, if you're going to spend money, you want to have someone that you can call, that you can reach out to, that you can connect with, that will deal with you as a human being. This is the idea that I want you to think about whenever you are communicating with a customer, is whatever we're communicating with, we are putting their brain on a treadmill. And whether that speed is 10 miles an hour or it's 2 miles an hour, they will take in that information. And one of the ways that we do that is by really focusing in on what is the key idea, what is the central idea, because the more anybody can take that one idea, that one concept, and really grapple with it and understand it. When you start adding multiple ideas into things, bad things happen. And they start losing interest in your communication. So we want to find what are the core ideas that we want to get into and really focus on those whenever we are communicating. And one of the things that makes those ideas stick is story. And story is a sense-making device. And what we use is the story brand messaging filter. And essentially, the character, also known as the hero, so the hero, which is your customer, has a problem, who meets a guide, and we want the company to be in the place of the guide in order to take them from their problem into success. So the hero has a problem, meets a guide, who gives them a plan and calls them to action that leads them to success. That is the very simple story structure that we want to use anytime we are communicating with customers. And that goes straight through the entire communication with your team, with your customers, and this is one of the ways that we align the sales, the marketing, the staff, the back office folks, is by telling the story in a way that everybody can understand and understand the need for delivery to the customers. And then finally, we have this idea of the engagement cycle. And the engagement cycle is really the ability to take content, to get it up on the website, to utilize it in your email marketing and your social media in order to drive that communication on a consistent basis, because that is one of the best ways to deepen the relationships, to extend the reach of your salespeople. In order to do that on a consistent basis, you need to be intentionally running the engagement cycle. So the last thing that I wanted to do was show, and we'll deliver this over to you, but we wanted to show the SOQ, so our statement of qualifications as a company. And what we want to show is just a little bit of what we want to do and how we perform these things and help align with companies in order to get them to drive that engagement cycle, to get that story out to your customers. So number one, we are a B2B company. We focus on companies that sell to other companies. We were really born out of healthcare, and we understand that space really well. But we also perform well with manufacturing and technology companies quite a bit, but our DNA is really in healthcare. And we'll send this to you so that you can take a look at it. But again, our goal is to help you build your message, build your platform, and build engagement. So driving that engagement cycle. So one of the things, we are a full stack marketing agency. We do everything from video to web design to the messaging, social media. All of these things are kind of a one-stop shop in order to make sure that you can execute all of it. And we have worked with a bunch of companies in order to get them looking really good and telling their message in a really, really efficient way. So we have lots of case studies that you can look at so that you can see some of the things that we do. We have a fantastic team to help deliver all of that, and we are very interested in partnering with you in order to execute that. So I did want to get all that in front of you to give you a good answer to the question, why marketing? Because it is critical to align not only your customers' expectations, get the message to the customer, but also to equip your sales team so that you can deliver the way that you want to deliver and align the entire team at the back of the house. So I hope that's helpful. I know it's a little long, but I thought it was really important to get those ideas to you in a quick and effective way. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll be talking soon.